Welcome to Levelism. In this series, I take a nostalgic step into games of the past, retreading memorable levels and unveiling what made them special, but also how they could have been even better. With that knowledge, I will craft my own diorama of sorts, a trophy representing the best elements of the level in question. Alright, so a poisonous appointment. Fourth mission and the first set of missions for the Riddler. Let's do it. Okay, honestly, this is like one of the most nostalgic levels of this game for me. That's probably why I've picked it. It's just very colorful and crazy and fantastical. What's weird about Lego levels is you're just destroying everything. Like, honestly, we're the villains. And then the kind of like green goons for the Riddler also just perfectly match this level. Okay, I'm not gonna destroy every plant. I don't want to, like, just ruin these people's jobs. And I think we should take note of, like, what this area looks like. This area in particular is really nostalgic for me. Like, I played this level so many times as a kid. This area is definitely interesting because you'll notice like the architecture, it's very, very old and kind of, it feels like it wasn't originally a nature preserve or like a botanical gardens, but it's been turned into that or something, which I think is a contrast between the villain side. And I think this is where I'm gonna get the Robin suit, the infamous suit that I don't know if people really like that much. Batman, get the hell out of my way. Thank you. Alright, here's the infamous suck suit. It just takes too long. I think they fixed this in Lego Batman 3, if I remember. Like that. Like, why is it taking so long? Is that, like, the whole plant? Oh, it's bouncy. Okay. Nice. Robin, I'm gonna need you to get over there without dying. Gone. So this is when the level gets really interesting, because now we're in like a cave, and this is what I meant by like fantastical. This is what I really like about the Lego Batman 1 levels, is like how interesting the levels get. It doesn't really need to be super realistic. It just kind of does its own thing. This suit was always really cool. I don't know why it didn't show up ever again. Other suits showed up, like the X-ray suit showed up again, but like, I don't know, I feel like the heat suit, I just think it's freaking cool. Bright red Batman. It's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, this area specifically, like the bounce on the leaves is just really cool, and it's really memorable, especially like messing up as a kid because the controls can get really odd. Let's see if I die. Ooh, got out of there just in time. Can I destroy this? I can. Ooh, what is this? It's like a secret area. Ooh. Okay, I died. Am I invincible right now? I didn't know that was a thing. I think we're gonna make like lily pads or something. There's just so much detail in this level. What are we doing here? Oh. Oh yeah, we are. We're making little flowers. I think this is the boss room. Alright. See, now this room is freaking cool, and I feel like maybe they might be using Vertex paint. And I don't really know how to do this. I don't know if they do it in engine or something. I'll put a little example on the screen, but like they basically paint over all of the textures in the world with other colors to sort of kind of represent, like this area is a little bit more bright green than this area. That might not be lighting, it could be vertex paint trying to indicate that this area is brighter, even though they have the same exact texture. They're throwing bombs. I think I have to craft some bombs. Honestly, they could have made the boss fights a lot better in this game. A lot of them are just one person gets attacked and then you switch to the other player. Okay, they're all gone. Alright, I am on the villain side of the story. I had to play through the first 2 levels to get here. But now I have green fingers. Let's do it. So this level you can already tell is really freaking different. So it actually looks more like a botanical gardens than everything else. Honestly, I wonder if this is in the same location. I kind of just assumed it is. This level might be better than the original, honestly, but we'll just have to find out. Can I? Okay. Already loving just like how much detail is in this level already just from the get-go. Okay, the flower mobile. I like it. Dang. I think we can go over here too. Gonna need poison ivy for this. I love that background. Like it's kind of liminal because it's just flat images, but it just looks so like creepy. See, this looks so different. Like this looks really, these assets look pretty good. Like the texture is obviously really low, but like from far away, this is like Batman Arkham Asylum level. Like this looks pretty freaking good. I love the patterns on the wall. I feel like, yeah, this is definitely a lot more interesting than the previous level. I'm really liking this stuff here. I like that little like dial and stuff. So yeah, they've like imprisoned this plant. That's like really messed up, man. Like that plant did nothing wrong. For some reason, I'm assuming like Riddler just has informants in like every single building. And so he's just like has bypass to every building. Yeah, this level is just very big. I don't know, this level is just very clean. It's more consistent than a lot of the other levels. The assets kind of feel like haphazardly placed, but this one feels like very consistent. I like how Poison Ivy gets upset at Riddler for stepping on a plant, but like, we're just demolishing every plant we see. Okay, now this is pretty cool. Yeah, this level is a lot more interesting than the first one. I love the first one, but like, this one's just crazy. That's a bomb. Holy... Look at all these, like, assets. Alright. This level feels longer, too. He's got 2 guys working here, dang. Alright, Riddler. I do remember this part. Like, this is just so cool to me. I don't know. This is so interesting. Got the pipes and like the neo-gothic architecture. This level is so good. This is easily the best level in the game. Look at the detail here. Just having flat image, like, foliage like this really does work. Like, it really doesn't have to be 3D. Alright, let's do it. Think this is the boss battle? Oh yeah, here's the boss battle. We go into this big dome, dude. Oh, this level is so freaking good. There's a lot of police here. Trying to see like what's on the outside. It's very obscured. Okay, what do I gotta do here? Can I do this without being hurt? I can. I just keep coming. Oh, poison ivy can destroy these. Right now I can do it? Question mark? So this is a mood board that I have come up with, kind of breaking down these two levels and then gathering some real life inspiration for the model that I'm going to create. Something I haven't really thought about until now is that these levels are very different, despite having, you know, the same antagonist. At least poison ivy is a consistent theme throughout this, and we are going into a location that is filled with plants, and you'd kind of assume that these are the same location, but they are very different. Poisonous Appointment is built around a more kind of rotting, old, abandoned type of place. It's still in operation because we have these dudes walking around and upkeeping things, but it feels much older. We are going underground a lot. We are like kind of, this is like the nasty level. This is like the level where we are visiting the underworld. And then on the opposite hand, we have this location. I don't know if this was intentional or not. I don't know if these are the same location, because this one is a little bit, not a little bit, a lot cleaner. There is like moss on the side of the building, but like it feels like that's intentional, because when you look at the roof, it is completely clean. And you look at like the backyard and like the whole courtyard area, it is super clean. It is super decorative and well kept. The inside does look a little like, you know, not the best. I mean, they could sweep up these leaves and stuff. But I was honestly surprised, and I think you could tell in the gameplay that like this really looks good. It doesn't look as clean as the exterior, but when it comes to like graphics, this is like one of the best screenshots you're gonna get in the game. This area in particular is one of my favorite parts of the level. It's just, it has a very nice atmosphere. I don't know what it is, just going underground and having this kind of like calm area, and they're just kind of like tending to plants. I guess that's what this is. I'm not really sure, but it seems like this is kind of like a laboratory type area. Now, in terms of like real life inspiration, and I will actually link a Pinterest board that has all of these images. So if you want to know like exactly where they came from or something, then you can do that. It'll be in the description. But here's my botanical gardens references. I think having an overgrown kind of botanical gardens, where sort of like this one, where it's like it is new and it's people are keeping it up to date and cleaning it, but it's still like, you know, it's not perfect. It kind of looks like this. Some of it is a little overgrown. It's a little dusty. For the architecture, when you kind of come up close to these like plant-like things, these are very Victorian. Not an architecture expert, so if you can correct me on that, then that would be great. But I think this is more of a Victorian kind of look to it. Another abandoned church, but kind of looking at like how stone corrodes over time. Then we have like the forest and stuff. The forest is very hazy. It's very like dark and scary. If we go look at it, it's just like kind of liminal, I guess. Lots of patterns. This is why I thought like maybe this like Arabic or something, because Arabic architecture has tons of patterns just all over the walls and stuff, but that's very common in botanical gardens. So I was looking at some like different tiles and stuff to take inspiration from. And then of course we have like the industry and like the rust and stuff like that. For the newer pipes that aren't as corroded, I have these. And then I really liked this especially. Where is it? Right here. I love that they have these little, dials, I guess. So we have these like pressure dials. Love those. They just immediately stand out. So taking from this concept, and of course this is just what I'm trying to do here is just kind of capture the artistic style of the levels and kind of take my favorite elements from each of them into account. Probably could do better, but this is kind of what I came up with. So I think the final model won't be as circular, but in Krita it's just a lot easier to do perspective with just like warping circles. So I just went with a circle just to make it easier on myself. But I wanted to kind of introduce both of the levels in some way. So the kind of bottom half with like the rocks is kind of indicative of the first level, where it's very like old and rotting away. I could probably put some more like roots in there, like bigger ones, to kind of showcase that, but it's like rotting away. It's super old. It's disgusting. There's like pipes going through it and stuff. I have some lily pads out there. Maybe I'll put it in water or something. And then as you go up, it gets a little bit nicer and stuff, but I wanted to introduce those leaves from the first level because I really liked those, the kind of bouncy leaves. So I had a poison ivy like vine going around it, around this kind of like botanical garden tower, I guess. And there's like leaves coming out of it. And there's gonna be like moss and stuff all over the glass of this thing. I think one thing I could have probably done with this concept is more of this level, more of this part of the level. I think this is easily my favorite part of all of these levels, or both of these levels, is this area. I don't know what it is about this, but just something about this area is just so interesting to me. And I feel like I don't have enough of that in this concept. I may make the first floor of the kind of the bottom of the glass area. I might make the first floor a lot like that. I'm not sure how I'll do it, or if I could probably do it underground and kind of raise things up. But this is just a concept, okay? So this isn't like the final version of it, but this is kind of what I want to go for.